Hello traders, how are you today? My name is Olympio Tuns and today I will be your host here for a new live trading session. And today maybe we'll start by talking about gold, and I will show you maybe my analysis on gold and what I believe about the gold price in the short term maybe. Please take a short moment to read the risk disclaimer before we'll start this live webinar, this live session. Hello Aline, how are you? Maher, Rustam, how are you guys? So please first of all read the risk disclaimer, and also Murali, how are you? And also please guys confirm, one moment. Okay, sorry about that. And also please guys confirm that you can hear me into the chat and confirm that everything is okay before we'll start this live session. And also please guys, if you have questions, please, I'm waiting for your messages. Yeah, sorry about that, one moment. Okay, so how are you, Linda? Tim? Okay, guys, so I'm waiting also for your messages if you have questions or if you want me to take a look on a specific market. That's why I'm here, and I will try to answer to your questions. And yeah, we'll talk about gold, guys, because today, one moment, I want to check something before we'll start this session. So yeah, today we sent guys free signal on gold, but unfortunately it seems that pending order, that setup was invalidated. Okay, yeah, thank you guys, thank you team, Alfredo, Linda, Maher, thank you guys. Okay, personally I will not talk right now about the GBP versus the US dollar because this is only a VIP signal, and right now, yeah, that trade is in the red, but yeah, these things happen, and the GBP versus the US dollar was an intraday trade. It is still valid. It is still located far above the stop loss, so we'll have to wait on that trade. But I will take a look, and I will start with gold. One moment, because as I've told you earlier, we sent you guys a free signal also today on gold, and unfortunately right now the price of gold has decreased in the short term. Yeah, we'll talk about also the Australian dollar versus the US dollar. Thank you, Linda. Also about the euro versus the Japanese yen. Thank you. And yeah, right now we are talking about gold here. And as you can see here on my 4-hour chart, the price of gold has reached the medium line of the ascending pitchfork, which represents a dynamic resistance, and right now is traded lower at 1822.50. right above the weekly R1, 1821.43. Let's wait and see how the price will react around this static support, former resistance R1. The bias is still bullish here in the short term on gold, but unfortunately, yeah, we cannot exclude maybe a further decline here, maybe also towards the lower medium line if it closes right below the R1. Okay, so as you can see here, the price of gold was trapped within this triangle, within this pattern in the short term. Test retest here of the 1797.72 of the 50% retracement level. It has registered only false breakdowns here, and this candle here, false breakdown with great separation, followed by a strong maybe candle here, signaling the potential upside momentum in the short term. Yeah, we'll talk about euro versus US dollar as well. Thank you. I will update you guys into the VIP and free group soon about gold position, about pending order. One moment. But right now let's talk technically here. But don't worry guys, because I will update you also in the Telegram groups, so all our clients could see maybe if we'll decide guys to delete that pending order. Okay, one moment, because I want to take a look on a few trades. Yeah, okay, so let's continue here with gold. So as I've told you, this breakout here from this pattern signaled the potential upside momentum, and right now it has found temporary resistance, so a decline, it was natural, it was expected in the short term. Okay, so unfortunately it has failed to stabilize right above 38.2 retracement level, 18.25 and 23. And yeah, as I've told you, also if it stays above the R1 consolidation here, followed by a potential comeback above 38.2, could signal potential further growth here in the short term guys. So we'll have to wait here in the short term after reaching the medium line. But the bias, you should understand that the bias, technically the bias is still bullish as long as it stays above the lower medium line of the ascending pitchfork, as long as it stays within the ascending pitchfork's body, right? So we'll have to wait maybe here for confirmation in the short term. And I will take a look also again on my trading platform. And yeah, that gold pending order was invalidated, and I will maybe delete the pending order, and I will guys send you the message into the Telegram groups after I will end this webinar. Okay, so we'll have to wait maybe for a new long entry, for a new buying opportunity here in gold, because if the price of gold stabilizes right below the 38.2 retracement level, test retest followed by a new lower low, it could signal a potential drop towards the lower medium line of the ascending pitchfork guys. Let's take a look also on the DXY, because it's very important. So right now the price of gold has slipped lower only because the DXY, the dollar index, has tried to rebound. And as you can see here, the DXY has rebounded. Here from the 38.2 retracement level. And yeah, technically after this impressive sell-off, maybe a rebound, a bounce back, a throwback is natural, and the DXY could maybe come back towards the medium line of the descending pitchfork, towards the S2 in the short term. So this rebound here in the DXY forced the price of gold to drop. Yeah, so we'll have to wait here, because let's take a look on the economic calendar. And as you can see here, the personal income, personal spending have reported better than expected data, which is good for the US dollar. No, Adam, we didn't discuss about the GBP versus the US dollar because this is a public live session webinar, and the GBP versus the US dollar and the Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen are only VIP signals today, and only gold is a free signal for free members as well. So for those who are not VIPs, you can join our VIP. You can become a VIP member by accessing the link posted right below this video to get all our trading signals. You can still catch the Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen pending order. Okay, so let's take a look here. So we'll have to wait, guys, before maybe taking action, because the US is still to release its Chicago PMI, revised consumer sentiment later, and also personal spending. It has registered a nice growth, 1% versus 0.7%, 0.1% growth versus the specialists have expected a 0.4 decline. Okay, so also unfortunately the core price index here 0.4% growth, below 0.6 expected, but as you can see here the DXY is trading in the green here right now. Let's take a look on 1 hour because it's very important. I've told you that the DXY has found support, temporary support, on the 38.2 retracement level. So right now a potential growth here in the short term could push the price of gold maybe lower. We don't have maybe a great and a perfect correlation maybe between gold and the DXY, but personally maybe when the DXY rallies, increases, I don't want to be long on gold. Okay, so we'll have to wait maybe. So the DXY right now, guys, one moment, because I want to come back to my 4-hour chart. So it has registered an important sell-off here, right, in the short term after escaping from this rising wedge pattern after the FOMC. The US dollar buyers were disappointed after the FOMC, and technically here the DXY has retested the broken uptrend line, the rising wedge support, and here this new lower low, the breakdown, aggressive breakdown below 23.6 signaled a further decline. The bias is still bearish, okay, as long as it stays below the medium line of the descending pitchfork here. So this could still be only a temporary rebound before maybe resuming its drop. Okay, and the potential maybe rebound here towards the S2, towards the medium line, could maybe help us to catch new maybe shorts in the US dollar. Okay, and also personally I'm still bearish in the short term on the US dollar, despite the current growth registered by the US dollar. As long as I've told you the DXY stays right below this medium line, personally I will not go long on the US dollar, because dropping again, maybe making a new lower low, registering a valid breakdown below 38.2 could signal a further drop towards the lower medium line, towards S3 91.51. So we'll have to wait maybe before considering going long again on the US dollar. Let's take a look on euro versus the US dollar. Jaipal Man, Australian dollar, Japanese yen still valid? Yeah, it is still valid, and that signal was only a VIP signal. So it is still only pending order, Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen. I will not talk about, and I will not make an analysis here live, because this is only a VIP signal trade, and for those who are not VIPs, for VIPs members, you can still catch that trade. Becoming a VIP member, you have the link right below this video, so you can still become a VIP member for only £35 a month to get all our trading signals. Let's take a look here on the euro versus the US dollar, and as you already know from my analysis, from my live sessions, I've told you that euro versus the US dollar moves sideways within this range, and I've told you that an upside breakout, valid breakout from this pattern, from this falling wedge, could really signal a potential reversal, upside movement in euro versus the US dollar. Okay, so right now we had an important drop here in the short term, and as you can see, it has registered only a false breakout here by 1.1895, but the bias is still bullish. A temporary decline maybe here towards R2 could bring us maybe a new swing higher, a new leg higher in the short term. Okay, so right now maybe you should stay away from euro versus the US dollar after this false breakout here. Let's use also, yeah, it has found resistance here at the daily resistance R1 1.1905. It has failed to stabilize right above this psychological level 1.19 psychological level, and right now is located at 1.1878. And personally, yeah, I will wait for a potential decline before catching a new upside movement. And as I've told you, yeah, for me right now the euro versus the US dollar is bullish in the short term after escaping from this pattern. You can see here breakout. It was rejected here by 1.1830. It has increased to retest the broken downtrend line, and this candle here, this breakdown with great separation below this downtrend line, has signaled a potential upside movement, potential even upside reversal. So right now after this candle, bearish candle, I'll wait guys for maybe a potential drop here for a new fresh buying opportunity here in euro versus the US dollar. So, and if you want the trading signal here on the US dollar versus the euro versus the US dollar, you can become a VIP member guys, because I will send this signal, a fresh signal, once I'll have confirmation here, only for VIPs, because this drop could be a temporary one. Maybe the price will consolidate here if the US data will come in worse than expected, the Chicago PMI or the revised consumer sentiment. If these economic indicators maybe will disappoint, maybe the price of euro versus the US dollar could jump higher after this temporary decline. Okay, so we'll have to wait here for a fresh signal, and I will send you guys the signal for VIPs into the VIP Telegram group. Okay, let's take a look on the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. And please guys, if you want me to take a look on a specific market, please, that's why I'm here. So here on the US dollar versus the Japanese yen, I've sent you guys video analysis in talking about the potential inverse head and shoulders pattern here. So again, the pair has decreased, but it has failed to stabilize right below the weekly S1 109.51, and right now it tries to come back above this demand zone, support zone above, and right now it stays above 109.59, also above the 50% retracement level, but we'll have to wait here for a strong confirmation, maybe for the price to jump above 109.85 to consolidate maybe here, right, before starting increasing again. And right now the pair has increased because the DXY has rebounded in the short term. Team, US dollar versus the Mexican peso looks like it hit the weekly low, could bounce. Yeah, I will take a look on that as well. So here we'll have to wait for something, because right now we don't have a buying opportunity or a selling opportunity from here, from this support zone. And as I've told you in my video analysis, this pattern, reversal pattern, could be validated only if the price maybe will make a new higher high to jump above 110.58, guys. Okay, but something here like a consolidation, test, retest, false breakdowns could bring us maybe buying opportunity sooner, okay, on the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. US dollar, Mexican peso, let's take a look. For you, team, so looks like it hit the weekly low, could bounce for me here, and in the short term this one is still under pressure after failing here to approach, to reach, to retest the medium line of the ascending pitchfork. And as you can see here, the price has increased. It has found strong resistance right above the upper medium line of the ascending pitchfork. It has decreased. Here it has failed to retest the lower medium line several times. Here it has increased, but right now it seems that we have a valid breakdown here below the lower medium line, so the pressure is still high. So personally I will not go long here on the US dollar versus the Mexican peso. So you can do whatever you want, but I will not, personally I will not go long from here after this valid breakdown, because the price, the pair could continue to drop towards these immediate lows, former lows. Yeah, right now I don't have something really good in US dollar versus the Mexican peso. Okay, and yeah, I really don't like also this sideways movement here. Maybe we'll have something from this support zone, from this support area, like a new swing higher, but we'll have to wait, guys. Yeah, we'll take a look also on the US oil. So right now for me the US dollar versus the Mexican peso is not a buy, and you can do whatever you want, but personally I don't have something on that pair right now. And as I've told you, the DXY is still under pressure, and the potential drop could signal that the US dollar will depreciate versus its rivals. US oil, guys, 73.60 right now, and I've told you today in an analysis that the bias is bullish after jumping above this downtrend line. It is located far above 23.6. Here it has failed to maybe approach to reach 61.8, so the bias is still bullish, right? One moment. So this one is still bullish. As long as it stays, and personally I've told you today that personally I'll wait maybe for something like this, for a sideways movement. One moment. Okay, so personally I've told you today that I'll wait for a comeback here, test, retest of the 23.6 or downtrend line retest before maybe considering going long, before maybe catching a new bullish signal, buying opportunity, because right here is risky to buy it, yeah, because it could drop towards them before jumping higher. So right now we don't have something really good in US oil. Even if the price will continue to increase, personally I will not go long from here right now. Let's take a look also on 1 hour. Also on 1 hour, sorry guys, so let's take a look here. It could stay right below 73.66, only false breakouts, tests, retests before dropping in the short term. We'll have to wait, guys, for something really good here in US oil, and maybe if it will maybe come back here to test, to retest this confluence area. Test, retest, false breakdowns could bring us a great buying opportunity here, maybe in US oil. This is not a signal, this is only my analysis, right? And once I'll have a new trading signal, a fresh signal, I will send you the signal into the VIP Telegram group for VIP members. So you can become a VIP member if you want to receive our trading signals, all our trading signals. One moment. Yeah, I will take a look on euro versus the Japanese yen right now. Thank you, Alfredo. But first of all, I want to show you something for those who are not VIP members. So you can become a VIP member to get all our trading signals. And please take a look here, learn to trade VIP signals, our real account. So we are up right now around 11% growth in our VIP real account. This account was opened in April, so in 4 months we are up 11% in our learn to trade real account, learn to trade VIP signals. So for those who are not VIP members, you can become a VIP member by accessing the link posted right below this video for only 35 pounds a month to get all our services, right? So we will continue, as you already know, we will continue to grow this account. Every week, every month. So maybe you'll want to take part and to become a VIP member to get all our trading signals, right? Okay, I will close this window here right now, and let's take a look on the euro versus the Japanese yen. So right now the euro versus the Japanese yen, unfortunately it has failed here to resume its growth, but for me in the short term it's still somehow bullish, okay, technically, as long as it stays maybe right above this inside sliding parallel line, sliding line. So as long as it stays above this inside sliding line, for me euro versus the Japanese yen is still bullish. And we'll take a look also on the Japanese stock index on the Nikkei to understand what could happen with the Japanese yen in the upcoming period. But here something like a consolidation in the short term followed by a new higher high could maybe bring us new long opportunities, new long entries in the short term. But right now the pair could come back to test, to retest these immediate support levels, maybe before resuming its growth, before jumping higher. Okay, so right now I don't have a new signal here because, as you already know, we closed it, or this, the position that we had on the euro versus the Japanese yen on Wednesday, I believe, has reached our take profit. So right now we'll have to wait for a new great setup for a high probability trade in euro versus the Japanese yen. So right now we don't have something really good, okay? Okay guys, let's continue and let's talk about the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. We have here an interesting situation right now because we are at support 1.2440, also right above the medium line of the descending pitchfork. Unfortunately, the pair failed here to come back to test or retest the broken uptrend line to confirm this breakdown and to maybe bring us a new short opportunity. Okay, yeah, I know, and if you like my analysis here, you can give us a like here, you can like this video here right now guys, it will be highly appreciated. Also it will be helpful for us into the YouTube algorithm. So right now we don't have something really good here in US dollar versus the Canadian dollar because we are here in a support zone, right? I want to see something here. A bullish pattern could bring us a rebound, could bring us maybe a temporary bounce back. Maybe we'll have a temporary, maybe on intraday we could catch a temporary bullish movement here in the short term, but the bias is still bearish, and it is important here how the price will react when it will reach maybe this confluence area at the intersection between the medium line with the 50% retracement level. A false breakdown with great separation could bring us an important growth, and the valid breakdown could activate a strong sell-off. So we'll have to wait here. Right now we cannot do anything with the GBP versus the US dollar position because it's too late. That was an intraday trade. We'll still have to wait. It is still open. It is still located above the former low, above 1.3933 guys. So that trade is still valid even if it's trading in the red right now, but don't worry guys, this is only 1% risk per trade, so you shouldn't worry about this one. Yeah, let's take a look on the US 500 guys. US 500, let's see what we have on the US 500. And yeah, the US equities, the US 500, US 100 and US 30 are still bullish despite temporary retreats, despite minor declines. So the S&P, the US 500 move somehow sideways here in the short term. Maybe it consolidates here before resuming its growth, and yeah, a potential dollar depreciation, further dollar depreciation could bring the US 500 towards fresh new all-time highs, right? So let's take a look again on the DXY, and we'll take a look also on the US 100 and US 30. Yeah, we still have this rebound bounce back here on the DXY, on the dollar index. Let's take a look also on the US 30 guys. So the Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen pending order is still valid. So for those who are not VIPs, you can still catch this trade as well. Let's take a look here on the US 30. US 30 Dow Jones Industrial Average is still bullish. It continues to pressure this static resistance, as you can see. And for me, as long as it stays above the medium line of the ascending pitchfork, the US 30 is still bullish and it could still resume its growth. Okay, but we'll have to wait maybe for a valid breakout here, consolidation before maybe going long, something like this, maybe for a new higher high, maybe one moment to jump above 35,183, a new higher high, a fresh historical high, could signal a potential further growth, but yeah, we'll have to wait for something here, because right now I don't want to buy it here as long as it stays below these former highs, because a potential false breakout, a potential false breakout here, only test, retest, rejection, followed by a potential drop here below the lower medium line, could bring us something like this. But this scenario could take shape only if the DXY will register an important growth. Okay, okay, US 100, US 100, guys, the Nasdaq. Here the pressure is high in the short term. I will delete this one from here. I will also delete this one. So as long as it stays, guys, above this uptrend line, the bias is still bullish despite all these temporary drops. Okay, and let's try here to draw something like a descending pitchfork, and maybe a descending pitchfork will help us to identify a new buying opportunity here in US 100. Okay, so the immediate low is here at 14,781.4. It has increased, it has failed to approach to reach the medium line of the descending pitchfork. Right now it tries to come back above the weekly pivot point. So as long as it stays above this immediate low, right, sideways movement here within this pitchfork, an upside breakout, retest, a new higher high could bring us maybe a new opportunity in US 100, but we'll have to wait for confirmation, guys, because yeah, the bias is still bullish, the outlook is still bullish, and we still need confirmation before maybe considering going long again. And personally, I believe that something like a temporary consolidation here, maybe we'll have also something like a triangle here, continuation pattern maybe would bring us maybe a new opportunity. So sideways movement, breakout, maybe upside breakout could bring us something here in US 100. And once I'll have confirmation, and if you want this signal, guys, you should become a VIP member to get this trade. This could be a great trade. Okay, so let's continue. DAX 30. DAX 30, guys. But first of all, for the VIPs, let's delete that pending order in gold. One moment, I will delete it myself for me here. Because I've told you earlier that setup is not valid anymore. And I will also update you into the Telegram groups. One moment. So you can delete that pending order in gold because it is not valid anymore. So the setup was invalidated. Right now I'm updating you on the VIP and free group because it was a free signal as well. So the setup was invalidated by that drop below the immediate lows. Let's go back and let's take a look again on gold, guys. And for the VIPs, the GBP versus the US dollar position is still valid, and also the Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen pending order is still valid. The setup is still valid as well, right? So gold, the price of gold has found maybe support here around the R1, and right now is retesting the 38.2, but we'll have to wait to see if the price of gold will stay maybe below the 38.2 or if it will maybe come back above this level to be able to continue its growth. And I've told you, as long as it stays above the R1, above the lower medium line, the bias is still bullish, but we'll still have to maybe wait for a fresh buying opportunity, for a new buying opportunity. Maybe we'll identify a new buying opportunity maybe later today, and maybe we'll send a new signal on gold only for VIP members. So please guys, join us. You can become a VIP member. I've told you that we are up more than 11% overall in our real account VIP signals, and we'll continue to grow that account. We'll continue to send you guys high probability trades, even if we'll have maybe several bad trades. This is not important. In the long term, we will continue to grow our real account and to send great signals, high probability trades. Okay, please guys, if you want me to take a look on a specific market, that's why I am here. I'm waiting for questions, for messages. US dollar versus the Swiss franc. US dollar versus the Swiss franc. Let's take a look on the 4-hour. And here on the 4-hour, you can see that this pair has reached an important and strong support zone, support area, 0.9051, 23.6. It has dropped from this down channel, but I will delete maybe these, and I will keep only my descending pitchfork tool. Okay, and here, as you can see, it was almost to reach the lower medium line, or actually, yeah, it was almost to reach it. Its failure to reach maybe the lower medium line and something like a consolidation here, stabilization above 23.6 could signal a potential rebound in the short term. Here on the US dollar versus the Swiss franc, still the pressure is high after this drop, and as long as it stays right below the medium line, and I want to use also an inside sliding parallel line. One moment, and I will place it here. Yeah, so the price has decreased. It has found support here. That's why I am using this inside sliding parallel line. Right now the price has increased, has retested it, and as long as it stays right below it, yeah, it could resume its drop. And also only jumping above it, stabilization, could bring us a potential rebound here in the short term. We'll have to wait. Right now we don't have something really good because it's risky to buy it here because the pressure is still high. It's risky to sell it here because here we have a support zone, support area. We'll have to wait for something, guys. Let's try to draw an ascending pitchfork here, something like this. 1, 2, and 3, and only something like this, test, retest, false breakdowns here. New higher high could signal a potential rebound here, could bring us a new swing higher in the short term, and this scenario could be validated and could be activated if the dollar index will start increasing again, will develop an important growth. Okay. Okay, guys. Let's move on. New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar. So, New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar. Right now the price is trading in the green after retesting the 23.6, the downside 50% Fibonacci line. And this candle here, you can see here this false breakdown with great separation below the lower medium line, below 0.6922, signaled a potential maybe further growth here. One moment. Yeah, thank you, Romel Del Rey. I love how you guys decide the stop loss. GBP US dollar reached very close to it and then bounced it back. Yeah, as I told you earlier, we will not do anything right now with our position, our VIP position in GBP versus the US dollar, because yeah, when we send a signal, we select also stop loss, a good stop loss, and if the price reaches our stop loss, it is okay. We are risking only 1% per trade, and when the price maybe reaches our stop loss, then the setup is invalidated, right? And as long as the price stays above it, yeah, our position is still valid. Anything could happen, and right now the British pound versus the US dollar is still bullish despite that temporary decline. Okay, where to close my long trade on US oil? I don't know, man, because we didn't send long in US oil lately, so this is not our trade. You can do whatever you want. I'm not here to tell you what to do because this is not our setup, our position. And I've told you earlier that personally I'm still looking maybe for something. I want maybe a consolidation, a sideways movement in the short term in US oil, maybe before considering going long or something like this, but I cannot tell you what to do with your trade. Russell, I will take a look on Russell as well. Thank you. One moment. So here, New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar. I've told you that this pair has signaled exhausted sellers and oversold. As you can see here, it has failed to come back towards this downside line of this down channel. It has failed here to stabilize right below 0.6922, and this candle here, false breakdown with great separation below the lower medium line, below 0.6922, below S1, signaled a potential rebound, potential growth here in the short term. And right now the immediate resistance upside target is here at the medium line of the ascending pitchfork, and personally I believe that maybe something like a valid breakout above the medium line, stabilization maybe above the 38.2, above this high, could maybe signal a potential growth here in New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar. Okay, very, very important. Russell, let's take a look on Russell. Russell right now is bullish. I've told you that the US equities are bullish despite temporary drops, only because, let's take a look on the DXY again, because if the DXY slips lower, then yeah, the Chicago PMI was reported better than expected, 73.4 points, above 64.2 expected, above 66.1 in the former period, reporting period. So better than expected US data, but still the DXY is still located right below this immediate high. We'll have to wait. Russell again, let's take a look. And I will take a look again on my trades. Yeah, the British pound versus the US dollar is still really good, despite that temporary decline. And I will come back with maybe updates, trade management maybe later, or most likely we'll let this trade ride. Yeah, so Russell right now, it has jumped above this former high. It approaches the immediate high here, 2248.60, and yeah, it seems bullish in the short term. It has failed here once again to stabilize below 2102. We have a sideways movement, and maybe Russell will resume its growth, guys. I want to draw something here. Maybe something like this. But as long as it stays right above 2205, 22 psychological level, 200, 2205, 2200 psychological level, maybe the price of Russell could jump higher, and maybe if it will make a new higher high to jump close and stabilize above 2248, then it will really resume its growth with a potential target here at 2318, 2346, right? Maybe something like this, but we'll have to wait for confirmation here for a valid breakout, test, retest, consolidation before maybe considering going long, because right now we could still have only a false breakout. Okay, this is not a signal, guys, because as you already know, We are sending you guys all our signals for VIP members. So if you are a VIP, you will get this trade. So you should wait for it. You should wait for a fresh signal here in US 2000 in Russell, because a false breakout could invalidate the potential further growth. So you don't want to burn your money, guys, only by entering here without getting confirmation here on Russell. Australian dollar versus the US dollar. Australian dollar versus the US dollar. We had a sell-off here right now only because the DXY has increased. Also, I've told you that this medium line of the descending pitchfork acts as a dynamic resistance. So I've told you that as long as it stays below it, it could drop anytime. So maybe we'll have to wait for something like a sideways movement. Yeah, so right now we don't have something good here. It is located inside of this ascending pitchfork. We'll have to wait if it will stay within this ascending pitchfork body or dropping outside of this pattern could signal potential decline here. We'll have to wait for something really good in Australian dollar versus the US dollar. Right now we don't have something like a good setup. Gold again. Yeah, as I've told you earlier, it has jumped above the 38.2, but it has failed till now to close above it, to stabilize above it. We'll have to wait maybe for this 4-hour candle to close before maybe taking action again. But for me, as long as it stays right below this immediate and minor downtrend line, maybe I will stay away from gold. Because, and maybe you are wondering why we decided to delete our pending order earlier in gold, only because, as you can see here, the price of gold dropped below this immediate low below 1825.99. Also, it has registered a downside breakout from this minor pattern from this channel. So if the price of gold would have stayed within this pattern, an upside breakout would have signaled potential further growth here. That's why we decided today to send this signal for VIPs, but this signal was invalidated, so we'll have to wait for a fresh signal in gold. Okay, DXY again. So right now, one moment, because I will take a look on my trades. Please guys, also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Very important, it's very important to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also to follow us on Instagram. Let's create, guys, an important community. So the revised consumer sentiment 81.2 above 80.8. So better than expected US data today. Very important. Let's wait and see if the DXY will be strong enough to maybe jump above 92 psychological level, and as long as it stays below it, that consolidation could bring us a further decline here in the short term, and the potential DXY's further drop could maybe help us to one moment, because I have a question here. The lead Caldwell, the lead Euro US dollar buy stop on July 15 was triggered earlier. Is this trade still valid, or was it cancelled when it was not triggered last week? I believe that, I don't know exactly if we had something like this. I will have to take a look, but right now we don't have any trade in euro versus the US dollar, so you should maybe look on our Telegram group. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we canceled that pending order, or I don't know what really happened, or maybe the price reached the stop loss or something like this. But right now we don't have a pending order or an open trade in Europe. Thank you. Okay, and also please guys, visit this defycoins.io buy token website, and you can download and read the white paper. You can also learn a lot and read more things about the Defy coins, the Defy coin. So please visit the defycoins.io buy token. And also I want to take a look also on the Defy coin chart, trading chart on Bitmart. And also guys, you can trade the Defy coin on Bitmart. One moment, because I will send you also the link into the YouTube chat, so you can trade Defy coin on Bitmart. And I will also send you guys the link for Defy coins. One moment, here as well, so you can access those links. I'll wait for my chart to be updated. So one moment. Unfortunately, I have some internet connection problems today,